Everything Old is New Again, America's entertainment pop culture talk show.
It may well possess a rudimentary intelligence.
I'm trying to think, but nothing happens.
Felt a great disturbance in the force.
Hello, I'm Mr. Red.
Come on, bark like a dog for me.
Where's the goodies?
Leave the gun. Take the cannoli.
I bet you wouldn't have done anything like this if Mom and Dad were here.
You filthy criminal.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Here are your hosts, Douglas Viviani and David Cohen.
Thinks he could bring Cobra Kai back to the Valley? Not on my watch.
You're gonna be my karate teacher?
No. I'm gonna be your sensei. I'm gonna teach you the style of karate that was taught to me. A method of fighting your generation desperately needs.
Johnny, you and I, we aren't done.
Aha, welcome to Everything Old is New Again. This is Douglas Viviani with the TV connoisseur himself, David Cohen.
Yes, excited about this show.
Yeah, this is going to be good. We're basically taking a look at, well, put it this way. The summer is just about over, and we're looking at, no choice, but it's staring at us right in the face, the fall and fall TV season. So we want to see what has been canceled from last season. It's so confusing now these days. And what has been renewed and further renewed that we should maybe watch a show that we haven't seen yet. And what about the brand new shows coming out this September or October? What would be worthwhile to see? So we're going to try to be your TV guide, if you will, at this point in time. What do you think of that?
Yeah, the sheer number of networks and shows is mind-boggling. So we're trying to simplify that process for you.
Yes, because I'm going to go back in time a little bit here, as I want to do, to the 60s, 70s, 80s, where TV Guide was delivered to your house. And, of course, there were much less channels, and you'd go through it.
Like 4 or 5.
Right. You'd had 3 national channels. You had 2 or 3 local channels. But you'd only look at the national channels on the TV Guide. It would say Monday. Here are the 3 stations. Here are the 3 shows on at 8 o'clock. Which one are you going to watch? Here's the same thing for 8:30 and so forth. And you would circle and be able to plan your week, because, of course, there was no taping of television, what shows you're going to watch and when. Now we're so far from that. First of all, you could tape anything. All my favorite shows, couldn't tell you what day they're on for their original performance.
It doesn't matter, right? Because you just watch it on demand.
Yeah,
or whenever you want to watch.
Exactly. So I have or I'll tape them, and so they're there. So I have absolutely no clue as to what day what's on. And on top of that, there's so much out there that who's got the time, and where am I going to find a, quote, TV guide that's going to walk me through, make it up, 80 stations I have, realistically, 60, whatever it is that's available to watch, that you'll watch a show on here and there. Even if it's just 20 stations that you regularly watch something on. How do you go through all of that? Their week-long or year-long programming to get an idea as to what to watch. Makes no sense. I mean, it's hard to do. That's why we're here.
Yeah, and a lot of it's word of mouth. A lot of it is, you look at Rotten Tomatoes, you look at the score, you hear people talking about it. Or, you trust other people's opinions, right? Like if you have the same taste I do, Doug and I, taste is pretty similar. If he sees a show he likes, I'll watch it, and vice versa.
No doubt.
And we think the people who are listening to our show would if you've been listening to us, you must like us, so you'll probably like the same shows.
Right, I would think so. And part of that is what we started our show with. YouTube now has a YouTube Red channel. Boy, YouTube's blowing up here, huh? And you can subscribe to that for free for a month, and thereafter it's like $5 a month. So if you want to try a show like Cobra Kai, which is I'll call it the sequel to the Ralph Macchio and William Zabka's Karate Kid from the 80s, you can. It's 10 episodes. They're all available all at once. You can, get the YouTube Red, and if you don't feel like paying for it, get it for free for the 30 days, and then turn it off after you watch the 10 episodes.
Sure, watch the 10 episodes and then cancel. And by the way, that show, I've been meaning to watch it because it has like a perfect score on Rotten Tomatoes.
It is I did not want to like this show.
I read the premise and I didn't want to watch it. Okay, but after you told me about it, now I'll give it a shot.
And I'm going to say blasphemy. Ralph Macchio is not that good an actor, I'm sorry to say. And when you see that coming attraction, even what we just heard there, that didn't make me want to watch it. What made me want to watch it was this guy, William Zabka. He is, I'm telling you, and we tried to get him on the show, and they turned us down, so I can't say that, that I'm influenced by them. He is a tremendous actor. At least in this role, he has now. I'm not going to ruin anything by saying this.
Is he the new Karate Kid?
He is. Oh, that's a good point. I'm sorry. He is the original nemesis in the original 1980s Karate Kid.
The blonde-haired dude?
Yes. Oh. I never thought I would say this. Now it's like whatever. It's 30 years later.
Yeah.
Ralph Macchio's character is a very successful car dealer.
So they're the same character.
Yes.
Oh.
And this guy is down on his luck. Cobra Kai went out and under, and he's getting a divorce, and his kid hates him, and so forth. And they have taken it's not what you expect.
Okay.
And all I'm going to say is he has taken a turn to being a very interesting character.
All right.
You understand why he did what he did in the original movies.
Oh, wow.
And you sympathize with him. I'm not saying he's perfect, and I'm not saying he's a hero, but I think he will be. And
did you finish all 10 episodes?
All 10. I could not stop watching. I did it in 2 days.
Wow.
It is. I shouldn't profess it like it's the greatest show on the planet, because it's not.
No,
but if you like that series of movies, you will enjoy this. And there are twists and turns that are going on, and that's in what happened the first season that now leads up to the second season, which has already been renewed and coming up soon. That you will not. It's one of these. I can't wait until it starts again.
Cool.
That's very rare to me.
Right.
To see a show like that.
Awesome.
It's really fun. It's amazing to have new people. And the guys that are producers took a new look on this, or took a look. They were fans, or about a little younger than us, but they're in their 30s, actually. And they took a look at this. They loved growing up to the Karate Kid, and somehow they were able to revision or recreate what's happening. And Ralph Macchio has been said to say, would not do this unless it was true to the character. And it is true to, Daniel's not a bad guy. His acting is not Academy Award. Right? Well, it is what he is. I'm not putting him down. He is the same character.
Right.
But all I'm saying is, in that promo, that probably didn't turn you on, that you have to see him. But what else is going on around him is really good.
Cool.
So I would go for that. Before we go into more other shows to watch, which we will do, I want to bring the bad news out first. You know, they say you have good news, bad news. Bad news first. Let's list the shows that have been canceled. If you don't know it, you're going to hear it now. Gotham has only one season left. I don't know if you've ever even seen it. I love the show. I think it's great.
Yes, agreed.
So that's finishing out. Another one I know that you like, The Americans.
Had its final season.
So that's that.
Very sad. Yeah.
Scorpion, I enjoyed. I can understand why it's canceled, because it's kind of run its gamut of different crazy things that they're going to get themselves out of.
Yeah, I mean, procedural dramas are just like, you run out of ideas every day.
Right, and they're supposed to do these things that save the world like every week. So it's but it was a fun show. It was worthwhile. Yeah. It was okay. The Exorcist, I can totally understand why it's canceled. It's a dark show, but I can't say I enjoyed it, but I could not watch it. I thought it was pretty good. It was worth your time.
That I've never seen.
Game of Thrones, we know what's happening
coming
there.
Up,
it's
last season
there. Last Ship, our friend Peter Weller did a lot of directing on that, and now that's out.
Boo. Maybe he'll come back on the show.
Yeah.
He has time now, right?
Yeah, exactly. Inhumans, I saw it. I couldn't sit through it. I love Marvel. I love the Inhumans. They did a terrible job with that.
Oh, wow.
That's out. New Girl, we never really talked about that show. Boy, it was on, I think, 6 years or 5 years since last season now. I thought it was a pretty good show, honestly. Nothing great. But I thought it was enough to turn on and get a chuckle out of here and there. Have you ever seen it? I don't know.
No, I have not.
So we...
is it Deschanel? Yes,
Yeah.
I did. I've seen a few episodes, but not enough to really get me hooked.
Right. I thought it was good, but it was interesting. A show on 5 years and not a lot of discussion about it. Portlandia was on 8 years or 9 years.
Yeah, it was a long run.
Yeah, that's done. Timelines on the Bubble. I don't know if you've ever seen this one, where they time travel to different times of...
the show itself is on the bubble, you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
So, and they travel in a bubble, actually. Yes. So... I don't know if what they do there is odd. They break all the time travel rules where they go back in time and they actually change things that have happened. And in their reality, different things have changed. Like Kenny did not get shot in Texas, but later on he got shot. They were able to change that. So Teen Wolf.
They won't change the fact that they were canceled, though.
Right. They go back in time and get more people to watch it. Teen Wolf, I never saw. It was on like 8 years.
Really?
Veep with... our friend.
Yeah, Maria Louise Dreyfus. So she's
Julia Louise Dreyfus.
Julia Louise. So that's coming to an end, right?
Coming to an end.
Coming to its final season.
Yep.
Right.
All right. So we'll be back.
And we're out of time.
Matt, we'll be back. Everything old is new again right after this.
From best-selling author and award-winning writer, actor, and director Alan Alda comes his new book, If I Understood You, Would I Have This Look on My Face? In the book, Alan shares powerful lessons in the science of communication, improving the way we relate to each other using improv games, storytelling, and our own innate abilities to read the true thoughts and feelings of others. Be sure to pick up your copy of Alan Alda's If I Understood You, Would I Have This Look on My Face? Available now from Random House.
You're listening to Everything Old is New Again, America's entertainment pop culture talk show with Douglas Viviani and David Cohen.
Incoming transmission.
Identify the source, please.
I'm getting a Federation ID code. It's choppy.
Helm, slow us down.
Dropping a set of warp now, sir.
This is Captain Saru of the Federation Starship Discovery. Please identify yourselves.
Hails from Captain Pike, sir.
It's the USS Enterprise.
There's the omnipresent Star Trek reference. By the way, it's relevant in our discussion here on Everything Old is New Again with respect to television, let's say, to watch this upcoming fall 2018. And let's go into 2019 as well. So the upcoming year. That, of course, if you don't know already, is the Star Trek Discovery, the season finale of that episode or that season, which was on CBS All Access, the brand new Star Trek show, which I did not want to like for many reasons. I am head over heels for this show. It's over the top good. It paid off very well. And of course, next season, whether we see a lot of it or not, whether they're just passing in their travels or not, we're going to see the Enterprise with Mr. Spock on it. He was on that ship with Captain Pike. If you remember, that was the pilot episode. If you go back 50 years and watch the first episode of Star Trek, Captain Pike was the original captain, which was Jeffrey Hunter. And
so this is, how much do you pay for CBS All Access?
Again, $4.99 a month, and you just cancel it when the season's over. Watch all of them at once. Right. If you're that, I don't know.
If you're a Star Trek fan, you have to, right? Especially if it's a good show.
So it costs you $5 for 10 episodes. Bang it out, and then delete. That's okay.
All right, so I got $5 I'm paying for this one. Right. I got $5 for Cobra Kai.
No, Cobra Kai's free because they're going a free
free membership.
3-month. I'm saying 30-day membership.
Okay. All right.
So now we're just at 5.
Got
so
it.
I'll tell you, it's worth it. It really is. They've taken some turns, and you've got to open your mind. It's 50 years of the original show. Let's grow up, but if you've never seen Star Trek before, this is a great gateway into this show. It's really well done. The characters are strong. It's a lot of fun. Go for it. So that's one that's being renewed. David, do you have any on this list that you want to mention that are renewed that you're looking forward to? Or no?
On this list?
Yeah.
Is this so? Is this okay? Well, let's.
You could also do this list of renewed, but yeah.
Okay. Well, I would say what's.
Well, let's go the list, and then maybe you could make so the listeners can hear. There's Curb Your Enthusiasm. I have is coming back.
Yeah.
The Flash. I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
That's been going strong. Goldberg's is very good. I'm enjoying that.
Yep.
And then of course Daredevil, Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, The Punisher, and Iron Fist.
I think those are losing quality as they go along.
They are.
That's my opinion.
Interesting.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, how is I haven't seen the other one, The Defenders, which is all of them together.
Ooh, yeah, not
good.
It wasn't. No, it didn't really get good reviews, so I didn't watch it.
Right.
As much as I was looking forward to it.
That has so much potential. All of that. You know. All right. So those are a few. What you have in mind? Curb Your Enthusiasm is. We don't know when that's up and coming.
No, and the last the last season I don't think was that good. To be honest with you, it was sort of like just retreading old themes and.
I wonder if he's out of ideas. I wonder if he's I don't know what the
Going
story
through
is
the motions
there.
or
Yeah,
whatever.
he's just doing it now because it seems like he doesn't even want to do it because they never even mention when it's coming back. They never have a schedule,
Right.
So all this, it's so.
So these are new shows coming up like soon, or just
these are all renewed and will be presented in 2018. Whether it's exactly September or not is a different story, but they'll be in 18.
They'll be in 18.
You've got
this
some
year.
others in there?
Well,
or no?
yeah. The thing is that with some of these, I don't know when they're going to be renewed.
Right.
But it might be 18, might be 19.
Right.
But let me just throw some out there that might be flying under the radar.
Right.
One of my favorite shows, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, that
Right.
may be coming back. But there was a show on NBC that Glenn Howerton was in. He's one of the creators of Always Sunny. It's called AP Bio. There were only about 7 or 8 episodes.
What station?
NBC.
Okay.
It was an actual network. You don't have to pay for it.
Oh, I know the one.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
AP Bio, he's a bio teacher. He's a brilliant bio teacher. He doesn't want to be there. I thought it was really good. It starts out a little crazy, but it starts to get some focus.
And the co-star is the narrator of Goldberg's. You know that. Patton Oswalt. Isn't he in that?
Yes, he is. He's
Yeah.
the principal.
Right.
Right. So I would recommend that, especially if you like Always Sunny.
Okay.
Arrested Development just came back for another season.
How about Counterpart? You got that?
Counterpart's one of my favorite shows, but that may not be till like 19 or something.
Okay.
But that's coming back.
Renewed,
Counterpart
yep.
on Starz.
We're just doing renewed now, and hopefully, next year it'll be on.
Really good show. I think it's flying under the radar. It's on FX. It's called Atlanta, and it's a show about some aspiring rap artists. Really, really funny, and not just funny, but really, just everything you want to see in a show. It's got good character development. There's a great storyline. I think 3rd season is coming up if it hasn't already.
Is that the one that's created by the gentleman that played
Donald Glover?
Glover created it, but isn't one of the actors, isn't it one that played Lando Calrissian in the new Solo movie? No. Am I thinking of something else?
I don't know.
Forget
his
his name. I
name.
shouldn't have thrown it out. Go ahead. Next.
But yes, because my son told me. Yes, you're
Yeah.
right. Whoever you're thinking of, that's
I forget his
absolutely
name.
correct. Yes.
Of course it's correct, but
Yes.
coming up with a name is the problem.
Okay, another one flying under the radar that is one of these few shows that, as the seasons go by, is getting exponentially better. It's a show called Baskets, and it was produced by Louis C.K., who I don't know if is involved with it anymore.
Right.
It doesn't star him. It stars Zach Galifianakis as an aspiring clown.
Right.
Louis Anderson plays his mother, believe it or not, and
Right.
was actually up for an Emmy Award for his performance in the show. So Baskets, it's on demand. It's FX. It's also free. Brooklyn Nine-Nine was a show that was like canceled and now it was picked up again because that's really good. I can go on. I mean, there's a lot out there.
I'll throw a couple out there. Of course, we've seen it a million times. Modern Family. I don't think it's lost its steam. It's still going strong.
I agree.
So that's a good one. The Orville has been picked up. You don't like it, huh?
I tried the first show. It was okay.
I think the problem is they did on national TV. I think it's NBC. I don't even know. No, it was at Fox. It's Fox.
I think it's Fox.
And they did 10 episodes. And what are we doing? If you want someone to get into a show, 10 episodes is, especially on national TV, is not going to cut it. You got to I almost
what do you mean?
expected
It's too
from
few or too many?
Too few. I expected from these specialty shows on like we just talked about Cobra Kai and whatever. I would prefer more, but I expected from those pay channels, from a national station like Fox, a national network. I'm looking at a show, I can't find it. When is it on? Why did it stop? It's only 10 episodes. It's over already. I'm watching reruns. Now it's not on anymore. You're losing us because the consistency's gone. I can't figure out what's going on with this show. But when it was on, I kind of liked it. Anyway, that's my thing.
Okay.
Westworld's coming back, or is back. It's coming back for a third season.
Yeah, I like
HBO.
that show. I like it.
It's complicated.
It's complicated, but you know what? What gets me through Westworld is I watch it, and then I either read a recap of it or I listen to a podcast about the and then I go back and I watch it again now with a better
They do have these
understanding.
great podcasts you could go on a lot of these shows and they'll explain what is going on.
And I need that on that show. I'm
telling you,
I'm
I
not
agree.
a smart man. So
Not with that, because are you concentrating that much? Maybe we should, but there's a lot going on there with the puzzle and who's an alien, a robot, and who's not, and are they getting consciousness, and how are they getting consciousness, and what's their plan, and who's this one with, and there's
being
a lot going
downloaded
on.
into a backup system and just very
Yeah. So the explanations work.
Yeah, we continue to watch it, right?
Exactly.
It's a good show.
And then the total opposite is Walking Dead, which I still like. You're off, but I'm getting put off in that it's enough with the deaths already. Everyone that you knew from the beginning is gone except for Rick, and they're talking about him going at the end of this season.
He's leaving the show.
Yeah, that's what I heard. It's not been confirmed. So, but it's if there's when the smoke, there's fire. Something's happening there.
Right.
And like, what are we doing here? What? So. I don't get like the whole thing of. I understand once in a while, especially ancillary characters being killed off, and so. But you're killing characters off like every 4 or 5 episodes. What are we doing? And then introducing new ones. It makes it so disquieting. You just now you're like. That's why that other one, Fear the Walking Dead. They did that so many times in the first 2 seasons, and I gave it a shot when no one else did, and I was starting to get into it. It turned me right off. I said, forget it, I'm done.
Too many killing.
You killed the wrong guy. This guy wouldn't have killed that guy. It doesn't make any sense. Why are you doing it?
Yeah.
You know, it's silly.
Yeah, when there's no logic to it either, that's bad.
It's just for sensationalism. I don't know. That's just me. So, all right, whatever. When we return, what we're going to do is we're going to hit shows that are brand new coming out and see what you feel about that. We'll be back right after this. Everything old is new again.
You're listening to Everything Old is New Again, America's entertainment pop culture talk show with Douglas Viviani and David Cohen.
My name is Thomas Sullivan Magnum. When I'm not inspiring novels by best-selling author Robin Masters, I'm his live-in security consultant in Hawaii and a private investigator with these knuckleheads, my best friends. That's Theodore Calvin, or TC, ex-Marine Corps chopper pilot, Muzo, ex-SEAL, Rick, and lastly, Juliet Higgins, property manager, former British intelligence, MI6, and kind of a pain in my... Nice doggy!
Welcome back to Everything Old is New Again. This is Douglas Viviani with David Cohen, and we're trying to be your TV guide, if you will, for the upcoming fall season. That is what would you say, a trailer for Magnum P.I., the new incarnation of that show that used to be popular in the 80s with Tom Selleck, which was very popular, and they're trying to redo it. It looks, it's one of these, I don't like these retreads. I didn't want to like it, but the trailer looks like they've done a pretty decent job of recreating what's been done and adding a new element of having Higgins be a young female that has quite some talents. Yeah. So, I don't know. You tired of it?
Well, I'm not into the remakes. I'm just not. Because there's so many other good shows out there that I haven't seen before, you know, where you're just plugging in actors into old roles, new actors into old roles, or you're just moving an old story forward in time.
But it seems to, I agree with you, but it seems to work. Like, now that's the second show that's going to be taped in Hawaii. Hawaii Five-0 has been on for 9 seasons.
I know. It's almost longer than the original one.
I started taping it to watch it to say, what am I missing out on? I'm not putting it down. It's good, solid, cops and robbers. But, I mean, how many times have you seen those kind of shows, you know?
Right. It's another procedural cop show, right?
Right. Basically, every week it's the same, thing. There's some villain, and we got to get the guy, and they're doing this, that, and the other, and here are the clues, and we put it together, and we get them, and that's great. It's done well. It's really done well. And someone's watching it. So I'm not putting it down. It's just not my cup of tea anymore. I guess that's it. I've seen the original, all of those, hundreds of those episodes, and it's just, by the way, James Caan's son is Dano in that.
Really?
Wow. Yeah, and you can see the resemblance and all. Huh. It's a good show, but do I want to watch that? I don't care if it's the best show of that genre. To me, I'm just not into that genre anymore.
And it's difficult because there's literally hundreds of shows on. So and you only have so many hours in a day. I can only allocate 10 hours a day to these things. I'm not. I can't be up all night.
I understand that, but here's one that you should be up all night to watch. Oh, come on. Here's one that you should... Try that again. Here's one that you should be up all night to watch.
There's a rule that's written in stone. The Robinsons stick together.
John? Where are you? Who are you? It's complicated.
If you have any hope of saving your family, you will help me.
You go get our kids, and you get them off this planet.
All right, that's Parker Posey with the cast of the new Lost in Space.
Yes.
So it's aired already. Let's be fair, but it's recent, and I don't know that lots of people have seen it. Although it did get some good reviews and good ratings, I thought it was great. Not as good as Discovery, but I think with what they've done or what they've got to recreate here, I think especially the ending is worth your while to go through the machinations they go through to get to the ending of the 10 episodes, and now they're Lost in Space starting season 2. It's really good.
Yeah, I've heard good things. I saw the first episode. I liked it. But yeah, and I'll continue to watch it.
Yeah, and Parker Posey is an impossible task of being Dr. Smith, which is iconic, and whether you like it or not, he played that role in the original 60s to such a memorable degree that you can't recreate that. He's even said that, and he's exactly right. In the past, he said that.
But with that said, I mean, this is her show. I mean, they created the show with her in mind.
And she does a nice job. She's if you know Lost in Space, she's the serious Dr. Smith, which happened in the original series, and then things happen. So she's a comedic actor. I'm presuming, I don't know, but I'm going to presume season 2 they're going to click into having her be more, ease up on the tension and the seriousness, and I think she'll be more of the Dr. Smith-ish with a little comedy, let's say, or lightheadedness next season. I hope. I don't know.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Because she did a nice job as what she did, and you'll watch this, you'll see she's very serious. There's no comedy in this at all now.
Right.
So it needs that. So, I mean, you tell me, don't you think they hired her to
I think so.
tap into that? They have to.
It has to be.
And she's a big ad-libber, and so was, I can't remember his name, the original Dr. Smith as well. A lot of what he did, all those names for the robot were his. He made every single one of those up. So Jonathan Harris.
Right.
Yeah. So I think they're trying to tap in. I think they have the right person. I think it was a good move. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. What do you have on brand new shows or shows that you would suggest?
I would check out, and this is on TBS, so it's fairly accessible. There's a Tracy Morgan show that just came on, The Last OG. Really good show. Probably available. There's going to be another season, I'm sure, probably even this fall. So actually, you can catch up on the first season before you see the second season. Also, what's her name? Tiffany Haddard, I believe that's how you pronounce her last name. She's also like this really funny actress. Once you see her, you'll know where you've seen her before. But it's about he was an original gangster, and he went to jail on a drug bust, and which was or was not his fault. Apparently there was a setup. And while he was gone, his girlfriend had kids that could or maybe not are his. Anyway, he gets out. He does his prison time. He goes back to the old neighborhood, which is now this very gentrified Brooklyn neighborhood, right? So he's like a fish out of water.
Right.
And he's trying to get back with her. He's trying to connect to the kids who did not know that this was their father.
Right.
It's really, and he's living in a halfway house with other characters. It's very funny. He's perfect. I mean, this obviously was his idea, and he created it, and it's a great show. I would recommend that.
All right, that's a good one. I'll definitely dive into that. Next one, I don't know that I recommend it, but I have to throw it out there because it's getting a lot of push, called Whiskey Cavalier.
I got sandbagged by the CIA operative. She's relentless.
Codename Fiery Tribune. She's got the highest killer capture rate of any spy at the CIA.
Well, it's a good thing I shook her. Micro tracker.
We have all the code's choice.
As of today, we are all officially working together.
As a team.
Led by me.
Now, that's supposed to be an FBI agent and a CIA agent that have now been forced to work together. Lauren Cohen from Walking Dead is the female lead part, so obviously, spoiler alert, Walking Dead, she's, last I saw The Walking Dead, she was plotting against Rick. Obviously, she gets taken down in that plot, because she's here, I don't think she could do 2 shows at once, can you? I don't know. I don't know. Well, I presume she's out of the other show, but anyway, this one looks okay, and that's a little different. They're flawed, they're funny, heroic spies. I think also it's got a serious element to it, but it's trying to go the line of a serious, drama with some comedy in it as well to lighten up the elements in between, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it sounds interesting. Is that on a network?
That's going to be on ABC. So I think it's worth a try. Again, we were just saying with that genre, I'm not a big fan of and all, but I think that might be worth a try.
Right.
How about another one? Just one more clip. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me hit the clip first because it's the last one we have.
Yeah, because I'm going to talk about that.
Yes, good.
Whoever said growing old had to be boring
never spent a day at Shady Meadows with these guys.
Look, lady, I don't know who you are, but you can't sit there.
Why not? Who are you guys? The cool kids?
Damn straight we are. I'm driving. Which one of these dials is your speedometer?
I don't know. It's not my car.
So I'm driving a stolen car. All right, everybody just relax. Act like we have Alzheimer's.
Okay, go.
All right. Yeah, it's called.
First of all, go ahead.
It sounds like right up our alley because
Yes.
it's about a retirement home, and it's called The Cool Kids on Fox. One of your favorite actors,
Martin
Doug.
Mull.
Martin Mull is in it, baby.
I
Martin
love it,
Mull.
and I have to be honest. I tried to get him on our show many times, and they said he was busy. Now I know what he was busy doing. But maybe we can get him. I'm going to ask
Ooh,
again.
that would be cool.
I would love to have him on.
And it's written by, of course, Always Sunny in Philadelphia guy Charlie Day. So that catches my attention. Vicki Lawrence from the Carol Burnett Show.
Yep.
Maybe we can get Carol Burnett on to talk about Vicki Lawrence.
Yes.
Well, or Vicki Lawrence, either one.
How about David? What's his name?
David Allen Greer. Yep. So there's some really good veteran actors in this, and I like the premise, and I hope it works. It sounds.
It
funny.
has the potential because it's all there. It has comedians playing a comedy, thank God for once,
exactly,
right? It has a comedy writer that's, I guess, the showrunner and writing this show, and a creator, I think. So we're there. It's an older group of people, like, what would you say? What's a show with older people that worked?
The Golden
Girls?
Oh, God,
maybe
please.
that
Now
kind
I feel so old now.
We'll be back right after this, and it will hopefully start to finish this discussion. You've made your list. Bring a pen and piece of paper. We'll summarize and continue on everything old again. The old Star Trek Discovery theme. Look at this.
This is Everything Old is New Again, America's entertainment pop culture talk show with Douglas Viviani and David Cohen.
Hi, this is Walter Koenig, and you're listening to Everything Old is New Again with Douglas Viviani and David Cohen.
How about that? Boy, oh boy.
You know, every time you play that, you know what I say.
You got Sulu on the show? So, no, he's Chekhov. It sort of takes it out.
And then when I hear it's Chekhov, I'm disappointed because he doesn't have a Russian accent.
So it kind of pulls
blows the whole
out
image.
All right, so we're back, and Everything Old is New Again, and we're happy to be here with Douglas Viviani and David Cohen. We're finishing off the discussion of what to watch this fall, 2018, on television. Now, so far, to summarize, in my vein, my picks, Star Trek Discovery, Lost in Space, Cobra Kai. Those are the must-watch shows for me. Are there must-watches for you?
Oh, well, you're asking me to recap something I said 5 minutes ago. I can't do it.
If you can't, we can move on. That's okay.
Yeah, I don't remember.
All right. So now those are the relatively new shows I'm talking about, or renewals of the first year. So, of course, now let's continue with a discussion of what are brand spanking new shows coming out that you may or may not want to watch. I say may or may not because I love the Goldbergs. I saw the pilot to what's called now Schooled, which is I'm going to call it sequel to the Goldbergs. This is the school in the 90s now.
Oh, that was horrible.
It was terrible. And they've reimagined it, supposedly. They've done something different. I don't know what. I guess we'll call it a spin-off, but it's really not because this is in the 90s and the Goldbergs is in the 80s. It has nothing to do with the Goldberg family at all. It's the teachers, which is going to be Tim Meadows and Brian Callen, who is the coach. And apparently Lainey is now in it, which was the girlfriend of the oldest Goldberg. I don't know how.
So this is another show.
This is a brand new show.
Okay.
And so it's basically showing the eccentricities.
Yes.
And crazy personal lives of the teachers in this school. So I guess Lainey has become a teacher now in the 90s. I guess they didn't want to lose that character or whatever. She's in it.
Right.
But she was not in the pilot. So does that change things that much? I don't think so. But I don't know where we're going with this. I love the Goldbergs. These are minor characters that are now their own show. I hope it works. I love the characters that these three characters.
Right.
I think they're great characters. I don't know that you can make a show about them. I hope they do. I will give it a shot.
Okay.
But I saw the pilot, and it was horrible. That's all I have to say. So beware.
It was bad.
What else you got on your side?
Well, this is a newish show. It's on HBO. It's got one of my favorite characters ever from SNL, Bill Hader, and it's called Barry. And the premise is that it's a hitman turned actor. He wants to be an actor. So it's a bizarre premise, but somehow it works. He's really good in it. I highly recommend it. It's excellent.
And what's that on? Do you know?
It's on HBO. You have to have HBO.
All right. I have one here that I don't know if it's going to be any good. Again, these are ones that are brand new. We're just looking at what seems to be the most interesting.
Could be good, right?
Yeah, this is going to be on the CW, so it's already going to strike one. It's Roswell, New Mexico, and it's based upon the book series of Roswell High. After reluctantly returning to her tourist trap home of Roswell, the daughter of an undocumented immigrant discovers the shocking truth about her teenage crush, who's now a police officer. He's an alien who has kept his unearthly abilities hidden his entire life. So this could be my mother. Was it my father? What was it? My Favorite Martian. This could be the new My Favorite Martian.
Right.
Don't know, because they've got this as a drama. So I think that might be the mistake.
Well, here's another one, right? Where I think it's mislabeled. I'm hoping it's mislabeled, right? So let me just read you the name of the show and the premise, okay? It's called God Friended Me. It's a CBS drama. And let me just read you the first sentence of... So it's about an atheist who is suddenly friended by God on social media.
Yes.
Right? So what do you think? What do you think the show should be? The genre of the show?
Well, it should be
atheist friended by God.
Should be a comedy.
It's a drama.
Maybe it's a dramedy. Let's hope.
It's questions of faith, existence, and science are explored in this humorous. Oh, so now humorous, uplifting series. But listen, okay, just follow me here. Uplifting series about an unspoken atheist whose life is turned upside down when he is friended by God in social media. Unwittingly, he becomes an agent of change in the lives and destinies of others around him. That's where they lost me.
So now we're going down. Yeah.
This is not a comedy,
Is
people.
God going to tell him to save this person's life and so forth? We'll see where they go with it.
Yeah.
I have to tell you, I saw the trailer to it, and it looked good.
Okay.
But that doesn't, always tell the story. But it was done well, explained well. The plot was explained well in the trailer. So I will give that a shot at least.
I will too.
Let's see where they go with that. Because you know what I like about it? It's not another story where the guys are pulling out the guns and the badge and or going to court and or are in a hospital. I mean, those three. Please, they could be the greatest in the world. As we said before, I'm done with it already. I've solved every mystery there is to solve. I'm done with it. That makes any sense? I don't know.
No, I totally agree.
All right, so let's take a look. Oh, do you have any others that are actually coming out? Because I've some that might come out.
So here's one that's actually coming out, and again, the premise sounds interesting. It's called Manifest. It's on NBC, and this is a drama. It says drama. It sounds like a drama, but basically, the premise is that there's a flight that lands safely after a turbulent, flight. A turbulent flight, and the crew and the passengers are relieved they landed safely. However, what really happened in the span of those few hours, the world, aged 5 years, their friends and families and colleagues thought they had all died, right? And they've moved on with their lives. So these people on the plane now, after they have landed, they're dealing with a completely different reality. And so that the premise alone sounds pretty cool to me.
Yes.
So I would watch it just to see how that first show, where it's going to go, what direction it takes.
Twilight Zone-ish. However,
yes.
If they go down the road of Lost and never answer a question,
well, of course,
I am going to lose my mind.
No, exactly. And that's the first thing that came to mind when I heard about a plane and turbulence and a crash. Like, oh, God, they're making another Lost.
Right.
But I think we'll find out pretty quickly.
Listen, I like the different... I watch television to escape. That's me. Maybe I'm wrong. That's just my life. I'm in too much reality every day. So it's nice to see a show, even the one about Friended by God. At least it's taking us out of the usual norm and widening our creative horizons a little bit, if that makes sense.
It does.
So that's what I'm looking for. I don't know. We've got a couple things coming down the line that are, we're going to say that they're pilots that may or may not have been picked up yet. They're still seeing, or they might be in development, they call it, where they're seeing if this is going to work or not. Got something called Abby's. Actually, I think this was just picked up, where she's an unlicensed bar in the backyard, her backyard.
What's the name of the show?
It's called Abby's.
Abby's, okay.
And she's, I don't know if you know Natalie Morales from Parks and Recreation.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So she's the star of it. There's Nelson Franklin from Veep and Neil Flynn from The Middle. So it's got some people you know. But the bottom line is that she's got this bar in her backyard that you have to take all of your devices, whether it be a telephone, a tablet, whatever, and leave it. I'm not going to say at the door because it's an outdoor place in the backyard, but you can't, even to look something up, you're not allowed to use your electronics. And there's a waiting list to get in, so if you break the rules, you're out.
Oh, I like it
and somebody
already.
else comes in.
I like
so
it.
you have to communicate with people. So I would say it's a forced cheers, if you will.
Yeah.
I like that idea, at least, of throwing the electronics away and let's evaluate life and talk about whatever topics there are of the day without all this technology.
Yeah, the risk there is that it could be like a one joke show, like
Right.
it's gimmicky. Like, what do we do without our iPhones? So maybe if they take it a little deeper than that would be good.
Right.
But hopefully it's not just the same joke over and over.
Right, and of course it's supposed to be a comedy. I should have said that.
Yeah,
but that's so that's something that's in the horizon there. The other one I have here is Disney has said that they're going to relaunch a live action, I shouldn't say relaunch, but it seems like it, a live action Star Wars TV series on a new streaming service. So look for
Live
Disney
action
to do that.
Star Wars streaming service.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's going to be different characters that are in the Star Wars universe that are moving forward, and I guess they're trying to do something like they did with Star Trek Discovery.
Here's a show I won't watch, okay? And this is the kind of show you're talking about.
Yes.
The show is called FBI, right?
I'm asleep at the letter B, but yes, go ahead.
Here you go. Here's the description. Explores the inner workings of the New York office of the FBI.
Really? Isn't that great?
Really?
Let's have some fun. We can look over their shoulder and watch all their emails transpire back and forth. So, anyway, and we don't need to see Get Christy Love. We don't need to see Cagney and Lacey. And we don't need to see The Greatest American Hero all redone. If you want to do a different spin on them, that's funny, or fine. But if you're going to redo these shows, just putting new characters in and continue,
Exactly.
I don't know.
Exactly.
All right, so that's where we're at on Everything Old is New Again. We've left you with some suggestions. We've advised you what's not going to be on anymore. If you have any suggestions for us, please be kind and send to oldnewagain@AOL.com. oldnewagain@AOL.com. We'll be back next week to explore more entertainment, pop culture with you, and let's have some fun. Bye bye.